What we're about to see, eyes wide open.
Hey Astro Army, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get rich from SUMMERFEST 2025 in Adopt Me. But before we do get started in today's video, be sure to follow my Roblox profile, link down below in the description to join my game, and also be sure to join my Roblox group, link also down below in the description. We have a bunch of fun over there, and there's also some really cute merch that you guys can purchase. But with all that being said, let's get straight into today's video. Alright you guys, we are officially into the second week of SUMMERFEST, and so far this event has been so much fun. I love all the minigames, I love all the pets, and all of this has just been super fun. But I figured that this event would be a great way for some of you guys to get really rich, because there is a lot that's happening in this update and a lot that you can gain from. So without further ado, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to be talking about is some doubloon grinding. I did do a very in-depth video of this, which I will link down below in the description that you guys can go watch. But now I'm going to give you guys a full 24-hour cycle on how you guys can grind and also use the AFK beach to your advantage. Basically, Adopt Me has added some new features in this update. We do have an AFK beach where you can just stand AFK, grinding doubloons, and you don't have to do anything. You can just stand there, and even over 20 minutes, you will not get disconnected. We did have something like this for the SpringFest update, but I think this one is much more efficient. We also have some extra tasks that will give you guys some extra doubloons. We have Buccaneer Band and Campfire Storytime. When you complete these for each pet, you will get 250 extra doubloons, which is super awesome. Then we also have some minigames. We have Treasure Defense, where you have to protect the gold from those pirates. And then we also have a new one, which is Sink a Ship, where you are paired up with some players on a team and you have to collect the treasure before them or sink their ship before they can sink yours. So now let's get into our 24-hour cycle. I'm going to be starting with when you get up in the morning. I did this as an example. I have morning grind from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and this is where you're going to be combining a lot of the things in this update. So what I recommend is you join Treasure Defense, which runs every 10 minutes. So once you join Treasure Defense, you're going to set a 15-minute timer after you finish doing Treasure Defense. Then you're going to go right over to Sink a Ship and join the queue. Sink a Ship usually lasts around 4-ish minutes, so you can maybe play 2 to 3, maybe 3.5 rounds of this before you're going to go back and wait for Treasure Defense again, because even though Treasure Defense does start every 10 minutes, once you're finished with Treasure Defense, you only have 7 minutes until the next time Treasure Defense is, and I would just rather you guys play Treasure Defense every 20 minutes instead of every 10, so that way you're getting much more Sink a Ship time and more doubloons in there as well. So once you do finish doing your Sink a Ship, you're going to go back and wait for Treasure Defense again, and at this time, you're going to check and see if your pets are going to have the Buccaneer Band task. Because one thing that I think is really cool is that you guys can do the Buccaneer Band task from the queue of Treasure Defense, because if you stand close enough to the Buccaneer Band stand, you can do the task from there as well. So make sure that when you go to play Treasure Defense again, you check if your pets have the Buccaneer Band task, and you can get 250 doubloons from just standing there waiting for the game to start. Then you're going to repeat the cycle, so just going over this, you're going to join Treasure Defense. Once it's over, set a 15-minute timer, play Sink a Ship until the timer is done, go back and wait for Treasure Defense again, make sure you check if your pets have the Buccaneer Band task to get an extra 250 doubloons, play Treasure Defense again, and so on and so forth, and you're just going to repeat that cycle. Like I mentioned before, that was just an example from 7 to 10 a.m. and then you can have a little break, and then I have what I call the midday play. This is from 12 to 2 p.m. This is kind of similar to what I just said, but it's a little bit different. You're going to basically do 4 Treasure Defense rounds, which is 40 minutes, and in between you can do some grinding with those extra Buccaneer Band and Campfire Storytime doubloon tasks. 4 Treasure Defense rounds will last around 40 minutes, so once you do all of that, you're going to then do 3 Sink a Ship sessions to get some extra doubloons, and then once you come back, you're going to knock out those summer tasks like Buccaneer Band and Campfire Story and repeat. So this one is kind of similar than the morning grind, but this one's a little bit different so that you guys can have a little bit more variety with how you're making your doubloons. So again, this one is 4 Treasure Defense rounds, which last 40 minutes, 3 Sink a Ship sessions, and then in between, make sure you're doing those grinding. You can also do this for as long as you want to. This is just an example, but my next one isn't until nighttime, which is from 8 p.m. until about 10 p.m. Again, this is just an example. You guys can flip it around with what times work for you. But I'm like going to call this the wind down time. Basically, you're going to just keep doing treasure defense if you're still on and just get those 250 doubloon tasks done. And you're going to prep for AFK grinding, because then once it's time to go to sleep, you're going to set up your account or accounts on the AFK beach. I have 2 accounts always going on the AFK beach. I have my main one and I have my alt account. And just an example, I've had my alt account literally just standing on the beach, and it has made 350,000 doubloons, which is just insane because it's literally done nothing else. So I really recommend that the whole time you're sleeping, you just have your devices and your different accounts on the AFK beach. Make sure you do plug in them so that it doesn't die when you're on the AFK beach, so that you don't actually make any doubloons, because you want to make sure you're getting those doubloons. Every 15 seconds, you get 25 doubloons from just standing there, so that is 6,000 every hour, and for 9 hours, if you're just AFK, that is 54,000 doubloons, and you can do this on multiple devices. And just like I said before, make sure they are plugged in so they don't die. I just want to say that again because I think that is super important. Okay, that was my little spiel on how to get tons of doubloons. Now we're going to get over on how to spend those doubloons and how you can get rich from them. The first thing you're going to spend your doubloons on is the hammerhead sharks if you're making a mega only. That is 16. This pet is already gaining popularity for being quote-unquote preppy and is getting great trades in its mega form. So if you are planning on trading summer pets to get richer, definitely keep in mind making a mega hammerhead shark, which is 176,000 doubloons, which is super easy to get, especially with those AFK accounts. Then all you'll need to do is use age potions or age them all up, and then there you will have a mega hammerhead shark that you can trade for a really great trade. The next thing that is a great thing to spend your doubloons on is the coconut friend, and I mean in all forms, regular, neon, and mega. This pet is also gaining popularity and is getting great trades. It is on the more expensive side on the doubloons, so do keep that in mind, but all forms are getting great trades. If you go onto Tradery, you can see people getting great trades. If you go onto value sites, you can see people getting great trades, because the value is just there for the coconut friend because it is just so cute, and I really don't think anybody dislikes it. I just think it's such a cute pet, and I really understand the value of it right now. Something I will say is I would personally avoid things like the seabed creature. I do think it is cute, but I'm not really a fan of the neon or mega version of it, and I feel like I haven't seen that many people buying it, which means that people also wouldn't be interested in trading for them in the future. I could be wrong. It could be one of those pets that is like not necessarily popular, but it could just be like exotic, because not a lot of people might be getting it. So if you are interested in exotic pets, I would say get it and make like a neon or mega, because maybe in the future, maybe I could be wrong, it could get tons of popularity and then therefore you can get good trades. But I just feel like that kind of depends on the person and the grinder that you are. So just keep that in mind. Also, something else I want to mention is if you guys want me to make a video on the difference between preppy and exotic pets and just make a full guide, be sure to tell me down below in the comments, because I am interested in making a video like that. I just want to make sure you guys would watch it. Something else that I would avoid spending your doubloons on is things that aren't pets, like toys, accessories. Just because they aren't in very much demand, sure they're cute. If you have extra doubloons, by all means, spend them. But I just feel like in terms of things to spend your doubloons on that you've worked hard for, it should be the pets. Pets should be your priority. I don't really care if you're going to be keeping those pets, but the main point of this video is saying like, hey, you should get these pets, make them neon mega maybe, but then you should trade them away for better pets. Moving on to that, when this summer festival ends, which is on August 1st, the demand of all of these pets, I'm even talking about the seabed creature, is going to spike, because they are now no longer in game. That always happens. It just depends on the pet how fast the value will spike. Some pets go through the roof as soon as they get out, but some of them it takes like a while, and then the rarity of them will just spike for some reason. But the demand will spike, and you'll definitely be getting a lot of trade requests from newer players who didn't really play the update because obviously they were new, they didn't really understand it. And also people who are coming back to Adopt Me who might have been taking a break and they missed the whole entire Summerfest. You'll be getting a lot of trades from them as well, and who knows, maybe they will overpay. Hopefully they will overpay. But I just know that some of these pets, I have a feeling, are going to be super popular when they leave, and I hope I'm right. But you guys can definitely get such good trades from these pets, and it's just from making tons of doubloons. Also, something else I want to add is we still don't know what's coming out in the next few weeks, so make sure you just keep some of these tips in mind, and maybe you can use them to apply them to other pets, because maybe other pets are going to be super cute and super in demand, and if they are in demand for the first few days that they're in, that means they're going to be in a lot of demand when they leave as well, so just keep that in mind. My last tip for today is to just hold on to these pets until 2 to 3 weeks post-event because you really want to let it bake and let it get time to rise in value. It will take some time, especially for the like quote-unquote preppy pets, but trust me, in a few like months, even weeks after the event is over, those pets, you will be getting such good trades. Just be patient. Don't take the first trade you get that you think, oh, that's good. You will definitely be able to get better. Use things like Tradery, use value websites, just see what you can get from these pets because I promise you, this event is like such a good tool for becoming rich in Adopt Me. I promise you guys. With hard work, you can do it. Well guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed and it was helpful. If it was, please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, turn your post notification bell, leave a big thumbs up on today's video, and leave a comment down below answering the question of the day in the description down below. I hope to see you guys in the next video and enjoy the update. Bye!